Here we go. Everyone's favorite billionaire, Elon Musk, seems to be joining into the good fight. He's joining the good fight. There was a tweet a little bit ago from the Ukrainian Minister of Digital Transformation, who urged Musk through a tweet to provide Starlink services to Ukraine. And he said, quote, "While you try to colonize Mars, Russia tried to occupy Ukraine. While your rockets successfully land from Mars or from space, Russian rockets attack Ukrainian civil people. We ask you to provide Ukraine with Starlink stations." Fedorov tweeted, and then some 10 hours later, Elon Musk said Starlink service is now active in Ukraine. And that's pretty cool that they made it active, but you have to have receivers, and they didn't have receivers at that time. But we just got an update that Elon Musk's Starlink satellite internet terminals arrive in the Ukraine. A shipment of terminals from Elon Musk's satellite internet service Starlink have arrived in Ukraine, according to a top Ukrainian official. And this brings broadband internet to anywhere, basically anywhere in the world. He has a collection of satellites that are all over the globe that send information to each other. Instead of sending information to one satellite back down to the ground, back on up, and back and forth, it just shoots it all the way around. So it's a lot faster, so you can provide broadband internet to locations that normally wouldn't be able to get very good internet, or it wouldn't be feasible to put fiber optic cables out into this area. So it's a hugely advantageous thing, and it can't be turned off unless you find the red button in somewhere, wherever the hell Starlink's head base is. I'm sure that there's probably a kill switch there, but it doesn't seem like everybody's going to have the ability to shut it off. So that's kind of one of the biggest things about the Ukrainians trying to get information out and spread as much information about what's going on that they can, so that they don't lose the internet. So if they do get them all over there, it sounds like it would be a pretty good thing for the Ukrainians. A shipment of terminals from Elon Musk's satellite internet service Starlink have arrived in Ukraine, according to a top Ukrainian official. Ukrainian Vice Prime Minister Mikhailo Fedorov, I mess these names up, please be patient with me, shared an image of a truckload of Starlink terminals on Monday, writing, "Starlink here. Thank you, Elon Musk." And then Musk replied, "Well, you're very welcome." And there goes the Starlink picture. So the Starlinks has arrived, and now they have access to the internet again. Musk replied hours that Starlink service was active. It was unclear whether Ukraine had to pay for the terminals or for Starlink service. SpaceX currently charges $500 for a terminal. What is this, a commercial for SpaceX now? SpaceX did not immediately respond to the request for comment. But this seems to be a very good thing that's helping the Ukrainians at least get their information out to where they need. Since SpaceX's Starlink service does not require a ground station to be able to transmit data with its users, it's an advantage in the current scenario to operate at locations that see heavy fighting. Starlink operates a constellation of more than 2,000 satellites all across the planet. The company on Friday launched a further 50 Starlink satellites, and many more are slated to be put into Earth's orbit. So you will never, and that's another thing too about the whole Starlink thing, because it seems like we will never be able to escape it. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but you won't ever be able to escape it. But hey, at least there's an update. Ukrainians do have access to the internet again. Maybe they'll be able to keep it, but hopefully the peace talks continue and we'll get all of this behind us.